nieces and nephews, it's Auntie Buffy with another episode of Crawl Before You Ball, Love, Relationships, and Money, where Auntie gets all up in your business, whether you want me to or not, with your love, your finances, and your relationships. We are a part of the ACAST Pod Network, and we are so happy to be a part of the ACAST Pod Network. Thank y'all so much for your support. Now, if you have a question for TT, and you just might get featured on TT's show, all you have to do is text CBYB, Crawl Before You Ball, to 404-737-1091. And again, I may feature your question on the show. Don't worry, it's all anonymous unless you want to be big and bold and have your name and business put out there. But Auntie's got your back. So today's show, we're going to get all into it. Y'all sit back, get ready, and let's let Auntie get all up in your business. So before we talk to our couple today and get into the fun stuff, you know, Auntie has to give you your daily dose of vegetables. And we're going to talk about something you may not want to talk about, but I don't care. I'm your auntie and I know best. We need to talk about financial red flags. And I'm going to be sweet about this, even though this is something I probably could rant about. But when you are dating someone before you get all the way married, there are financial red flags that stick out. Now, just let me make sure I get them all off of my good list here. Number one, multiple cheering, not children, cheering. Baby mamas, baby daddies, baby cousins, baby, everybody's everywhere, multiples. It's nothing wrong with somebody having kids before marriage. Auntie is not saying that, but we need to know about it. And you need to be taking care of them. We clear? Because that's a red flag. If somebody's out here got all these children and aren't taking care of them, is that somebody you want to enter into a marriage with? Auntie says no, if they're not taking care of them. Bad credit, number two. Bad credit and acting like it ain't nothing. Now listen, Auntie understands that we all have to crawl before we ball. And we all have a past. And sometimes that past catches up with you. Now, if you have bad credit, don't be going around going on trips and cutting up and buying all the stuff and wearing all the labels and doing all the stuff and not working on repairing your credit. That's a problem for TT. You need to put an investment in fixing that, because what we're not going to do is get married and you run up my stuff, okay? Or vice versa. Number three, living the Instagram lifestyle, but you can't pay your rent or the lights off. That's not what we doing, children. We not. Quit trying to keep up with the Joneses. I done told y'all already, Auntie's book, that the Joneses is broke. They were my clients. I know they ain't got no money. They not broke. You're not broken. People aren't broken. Their finances are in trouble and in peril because they are so worried about being out in these streets and making people think that they are something that they're not. And that is not a way for you to set up a life with somebody. So stop it. Be you. Number four, financial secrecy. This is a major red flag. If we're dating and we getting serious and we're talking about living together or marriage, you can't be hiding stuff from me about your finances. You know, we about to join together as one and commingle our lives and commingle our funds, then I need to know about all said funds. I need to know about all debts. I need to know about all baby daddies, baby mamas. I need to know about Fannie Mae, Sally Mae, whoever you owe. You need to tell it. And if you got side hustles, I need to know how much money you bring in from that too, because it's going into the budget. Number five, our final, borrowing money early in a relationship is a no-no. If we just started dating, I don't even know your middle name, baby, don't ask me to borrow no money. Don't ask, if I ain't met your mama yet, don't ask me to borrow no money early in a relationship. That's a red flag where I'm gonna be out. You gonna just look like a passing, fleeting, whatever. That's something that grown people do much later, not when you first start a date. So in conclusion, nieces and nephews, I love y'all all, but do not, I repeat, do not listen to your intuition when you are dating someone and when you are getting serious. If stuff is jumping at you, then you need to listen and you need to address it. And I'm not saying that if somebody has bad credit or they have 2-3 children somewhere out there, or they aren't earning as much as you are, that you cannot have a relationship with them. What I'm saying is there need to be discussions that are had. We need to be open and honest with each other, because when you get serious and start commingling funds, living together, shacking up, getting married, we need to have everything out on the table so that we can have a healthy financial relationship. Hi, nieces and nephews. I have a new niece and nephew here today with wonderful questions for me. Hey, Kayla and Garen, how are y'all?
Hi, we're doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, I know a little bit about y'all, but I want y'all to tell my other nieces and nephews about their new family member. Tell them about yourselves.
Hey guys. So my husband and I, Garen, and my name is Kayla. We are newlyweds. We just got married in January, and we are now expecting our first child, um, which is very exciting. You know, my husband, he's a professional photographer, and I am a makeup artist. So right now, we're just, taking everything easy. Balancing work and waiting for this blessing.
And well, you look so beautiful. May I ask how far along are you?
Thank you. Last Friday, I just made 8 months. So
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.
thank you.
And you could tell y'all are repping for your careers because your makeup, your face is beat, as they say, and the background lighting is fantastic. You both look wonderful.
Thank
So
you.
now you have a question for Auntie. What's your question,
Yes.
Kayla?
So the big question is, as you know, my husband and I were both entrepreneurs. He's a photographer. I'm a makeup artist. Now that I am 8 months pregnant, I kind of had to take a step back from work. On a normal day before pregnancy, I'm used to taking 10 clients a day. Now I had to cut back to like maybe 3 clients a week. So it's been a major change because of, financially, just in general, it's been a change. My husband, he has to work more, he has to take on more projects. So I guess the big question would be, how would I deal with that? Because, yes, I know that he's taken that step to provide, for me and his family. But how do I deal with not having him there as much and not
Oh.
working with him as much as I'm used to?
So thank you so much for your question, and it's a very real one with two entrepreneurs. And I'm happy that you guys are open to share this with our listeners because this happens a lot with couples who are both business owners, and especially with your both expecting your first child. I would say this: I commend you on working and working and working and stacking up that money so that your wife can stay home and bring a beautiful life into this world and not be out there lugging no makeup case around and meeting with as many clients. That's what I'm talking about. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank
But
you.
I also understand Kayla's real need to want you to be there to experience what's going on with her. She's changing every day. The baby may be kicking. She's lonely. She wants you to be around. And so what Auntie's advice is that you shouldn't just budget for your finances. You've got to budget your time as well. And so you've got to say a couple days a week, I'm going to make sure between this hour and this hour that this time is just for me and Kayla and our baby to come. And no matter what is going on with the finances, and I'm out here I'm going to put on my calendar that I need to spend this time with my wife because you only get this one time for her to be pregnant and bringing your first child into this world.
Right.
But Auntie also understands you out there being a man and you doing what you're supposed to and stacking that money up. I think you will support her and meet her needs as well as yours if you budget not only that money, but you budget your time. Now,
Definitely.
how do you feel about what I've said, Garen?
I 100% agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Um, it is necessary to find that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, hop in as a man and provide and be a provider, and give her the time that she needs to nurture and everything else. But when I have that time with her, when I isolate that time, um, it's phone off, no phone calls. That client's got to call back, on the next business day or whatever. So yeah, I 100% agree with you. Plus
You
10.
know, rub the feet, rub the feet,
Yeah.
Love on her. And I love that you turn the phone off. That's very important because as entrepreneurs, we are very bad about working all the time. Everybody's like, oh, you can set your schedule. No, when you own a business, you work all the time. Your clients are your life, and they help pay your bills. But it is important to have a balance. It's important to live in the moment and enjoy this time that y'all have together. And I think that if you have time that Kayla knows on a joint calendar that is scheduled, she can look forward to that.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so in the lonely moment, she can say, well, tomorrow night we get to have, a few hours of cuddle time, or we'll watch my favorite movie, or he'll make me my favorite meal, or bring me like that. That will help her tremendously. Don't you think so, Kayla?
Absolutely.
Now, you guys have another question for Auntie, don't y'all?
Yes. Did you want to take lead on that, babe? Or
Yeah, sure, sure. Our next question is really about the spark in the relationship. Being a newlywed, still being in that newlywed phase. Obviously, first year of a relationship is the golden year. Where she can't do anything wrong, I can't do anything wrong. We're just coasting, and getting into the marriage, same thing. First year of the marriage, and obviously the first year of our marriage is here comes the baby. God has those plans for us. So, I guess our next question is after the baby comes and after that honeymoon phase has settled a little bit, how do we continue to keep that spark and to keep each other's more than just well-being, because we keep each other's well-being at heart, but just that spark, how do we keep that spark going in the relationship?
Very good question. I'm gonna give you some advice that I got from a couple that was married 40 has been married for 43 years that were on the pod as well. And their advice is to not let that spark die down. Keep it burning. And so, yes, you're about to have a baby. And yes, that's going to be a different chapter in your life. But you two are still a couple. And it's important to remember that. And so, where the baby is important, you as a family unit or as a couple is important also. And so, you're going to have to make time for the two of you. Grandma, granddaddy, if they're around, whoever, aunties, uncles, babysitter, whoever is going to need to come into play to give y'all time to continue to date yourselves, to date each other. It's important to, like, she needs to still feel giddy when you look at her getting dressed up for y'all to go out or to have an evening in. He needs to feel, like a sexy man when he gets all dressed up too, for y'all to do something special, just the two of you, and for you to plan a romantic event for just the two of y'all. It's important for couples to still date each other, to still court each other, to still love on each other, to still compliment each other on how we looking and smelling and feeling and tasting. Honey, Auntie gonna tell it all. That's how you keep the spark alive. You don't let it die. When after the baby's born, you're gonna have to wait some time before you can do some grown folk stuff. But that don't mean you can't do some other, like these 43-year-old, this couple that was married for 43 years. Baby, honey, they said you can find other stuff to do. So find it to make each other feel connected. And don't let
absolutely.
it go. Don't let it go. And keep other people out your darn business. Hallelujah.
I,
Right? Don't listen
I
to the naysayers that say after you have a baby, this gonna happen and all that. That doesn't necessarily have to happen in your marriage. Y'all could still be the same as y'all are now after the baby comes. The baby could come and be a good baby and immediately sleep all night, and y'all could still do whatever y'all want to do. You just never know. So don't let other people's experiences color what's gonna happen in your life and in your marriage. And just love on
Absolutely.
each other and flirting. I still flirt with my husband after 25 years. Keep flirting, you know? Keep shaking
absolutely.
it. Keep walking around with nothing on, honey. Do what you need to do to keep his eye, and you do what you need to do to keep hers, right?
Absolutely.
No, no, I love that. I love that. One thing that you said that really sticks out to me is keep on dating each other.
Yes.
Because people feel like yeah, obviously the wig and the makeup might come off, or the haircuts might slow down after the dating, but so long as you keep dating each other, that definitely will help. Not even should, not can, but will help.
It will. And like my husband and I, a date for us is our favorite thing on the weekend is turning our phones off, like you said, and being present and watching movies downstairs in our theater with each other, not being bothered with nobody. And we allow ourselves to order out that day and eat junk food and just snug under the blanket together. And we look forward to that through the whole week. You know, people think, oh, you got to be out in the street spending money. No, we got food at home. We got money. We got TV and streaming services at the house. And if that's something that you enjoy to do together, then do it. If y'all like to get dressed up and go out, then do it. Put it in the budget. But keep dating each other and flirt with each other and let each other know that you're important to each other. Okay?
Nice girl. Watch out.
Right. Because the baby you gonna put the baby gonna take naps and stuff. Flirt with your wife when the baby's sleeping. Oh, get to rubbing them feet and other stuff.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah. I think y'all have one more question for TT.
Yes. So it was really, so as you know, my husband and I, we met each other in 2021. We got together in 2022, and he proposed to me last year.
Girl, you locked it down.
Right. Yeah. So everything, I guess, like most people, like the kind of feedback, or I guess the thought process of everyone around us was like, normally people wait like years to get married, but in our head, it was kind of like we didn't want to just be together and just shack up, and you know what I mean, like, and do what everyone does now, and not to throw shade on anyone's relationship, but I think for us it was just like we wanted to do the right thing, and we wanted to do the right thing, and we wanted to do it the way God says we should do it, and not just, commit fornication. So I guess that's why everything happened so fast, because we got together, we dated for a while, got engaged last year of April, and then come December, we were planning our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then shortly after that, planning a baby shower.
So. Right. So I guess we would like your advice on that and your point of view.
On folks being in your business?
Say that again.
On folks being in your business.
Right.
Essentially.
Baby, block out the noise. If it works for you, I love it. That's all that matters. Don't worry about other people. Don't allow their commentary to come into your happy marriage. If this is what was ordained by the Lord for y'all, then that's what it is. Enjoy it, revel in it. Have the spirit of gratitude. And when folks come for it, tell them to worry about their own life. It's nice. Y'all seem like lovely, nice people. Y'all don't click and pop off like Auntie do. But but put it in your words and just tell them, this was what was important to me and my husband, and that's what we did, and we're enjoying it. These were the steps that the Lord put forth for our union. That we meet. We knew that we were for each other. We did not want to live together in sin. We didn't want to shack up, and we ain't shade nobody that does it, but that wasn't for us. So we got married because we knew that we belonged together. And then, as married people do, we did what married people do. And now we expecting a baby. Hallelujah. Because some people, it ain't that easy, right? We're going to be thankful for that. Right. And now we're moving to this next chapter in our life. And, just tell people need to mind their darn business. Don't get Auntie to cussing on here. We got to keep this monetization. Like, people get on my nerves with all their outside commentary. Just be nice, but just tell them, worry about your situation. It's great over here. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And don't let that noise come in to your marriage, because those friends or associates and those people, those naysayers, that little nagging and those little backhanded compliments and all that stuff, they get to you after a while. They do. Right. They do. And you got to get in a position now as a newlywed where you set boundaries and shut that ish down. Shut it down, because you don't want the third party, the haters who mad because you got a good man and he got a good woman, and y'all attractive young people doing things, and they mad because their situation is whatever their reasons, or they just negative, coming in and messing up what you got. Okay? Promise me y'all won't allow that. Promise me you're going to start practicing setting boundaries. There is nothing wrong with setting boundaries and saying, you know what, I ain't got time for that today. I'm happy. It's happy around here. I'm blissful, and I'm going to stay in that.
Absolutely.
Right? Life lasts in the Lord spare me. I'm going to stay in that spirit. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So are you, so now, do people get in y'all business about y'all age difference?
I'll let you answer that.
I'm not sure. I think over time they've had too much other things to focus on, like us meeting and getting together and getting married and now expecting a baby. I I'll say no.
I
Okay.
think now, no.
No, yeah.
In the beginning, I feel yes.
Hmm.
But now since it's so much stuff that we've been doing, they're kind of distracted with that, and they're like,
Right.
"Oh, you guys are getting married already? Oh, you guys are having a like starting a family already?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just, I mean, this just teaches us like people are gonna say things regardless,
Right.
you know.
Right. I had another niece and nephew on who were complaining that people were like, when y'all gonna have a baby? So folk always gonna have something to say, child. You can't win for losing. They're gonna escalate whatever it is, they're gonna always have something to say. So you have the right attitude. Just keep enjoying each other, enjoying this moment, getting ready and preparing for new life to come into this world. 'Cause that baby gonna be beautiful. I can tell y'all both beautiful spirits. And don't worry about what other people say. I brought up the age difference because my husband is 8 years older than me, and everybody has something to say about that child. They had something to say about him being older than me. And, 25 years later, we still together. So, hallelujah.
Right.
Well, thank y'all so much for being here today. I'm so excited for y'all. I better get a picture of this baby when it's born.
Yes.
I better know what's going on, updates. If you have questions for TT about business or business taxes or anything, y'all know I'm here for y'all. And I'm also here for my nieces and nephews listening to this pod. If you have questions, you can text CBYB, crawl before you ball, to 404-737-1091. And Auntie will answer your question, and I might, just might, feature you on an upcoming episode. Thank y'all so much, y'all. And congratulations. And be happy. Don't let them haters make you not happy.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Auntie Buffy, you know we have some more questions that need answers.
Yay.
OMG, Auntie Buffy, I am a 39-year-old nurse midwife and I am ready for marriage. But the men I keep meeting never make as much money as I do. Do you think this is something I should be willing to bend on? I never thought I'd marry a man who didn't have money.
Hey, niece. I love you. Congratulations on being a nurse midwife and making all them coins. I appreciate your question. Baby, you may not like Auntie answer. You might not like Auntie's answer. I think that marriage and dating is about having fun and building a life together. And marriage ultimately is the ultimate goal, it sounds like, for you. And having somebody that makes significantly less than you, but they fulfill you 100%. But they support you in your endeavors, but they have your back and love you and treat you with respect and kindness. Sometimes that outweighs somebody having a big bank account, baby, because I done dated the ones with millions and millions of dollars who tend to not be that great as a boyfriend or ultimately later as a partner. And so I think we've got to get out of this space of thinking that equally yoked means financially only. Equally yoked can be, yeah, I make more money than my spouse, but like I said before, my spouse can fix stuff at the house when it's broke down, so we ain't having to pay for that. That's adding money back into the bank. My spouse is good to my family and gets along with them, which is uncommon for a lot of people. My spouse has these other bona fides that somebody that may make as much as I make, they don't have. And so to me, when I do that equation, I feel like we are equally yoked. And so get out of that Instagram crap of everybody talking about, oh, you need to make more money than you and all that, because there come strings with that and issues with that. And I mean, if you do find somebody that earns more money, fine. But that shouldn't be the main thing that you're looking for. If you're doing well financially and you meet someone who has a career, now Auntie ain't saying marry nobody ain't got no darn job. Now, you know I ain't saying that now. And they contributing. But there's nothing wrong with being with someone who may make a fraction of what you make if they offer other things in your advice. And I'll just tell you, when I met Uncle Dave, he didn't make as much as he was a resident. And I owned 4 branches of my tax practice and I was earning millions of dollars. He wasn't nowhere near that. But yes, people gonna come for me and say, but you knew he was gonna be a doctor. But the secret about doctors is they still didn't make as much money as me, honey. So that didn't matter because he know how to fix stuff. He rubbed my feet at night. He cooks Thanksgiving dinner with my mama in the kitchen. He prepares meals for me, and he loves me like no man has ever loved me. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for your question, niece.
The next question is from your Crawl Before You Ball text community.
Yay!
How do I get my husband to want more financially? Like, he's in a low-paying job and seems to sabotage every effort that is made to have more money. We opened a business, but he's left me to handle everything, and it's frustrating.
This happens for so many people. And this is one of those, where I said before, equally yoked things. When you're dating, it's something you need to vet out. If someone has the mindset to be an entrepreneur or to want more in life, or if they have the aptitude to be open-minded enough to do it. And I often share stories about my life. Uncle Dave, psychiatrist, had a good job at the VA, working for the government, but he was miserable. And yes, he was making good money. We had great health insurance and all the things, right? But he was miserable. He hated it. And so I told him to quit. We were in a position where I could take care of us until he built up his practice and go in business for himself. And he was somebody that never really saw himself going into being in business for himself. He didn't really see that. He thought you get a good government job and you keep it for life. And I, as his wife, had to show him that I would support him and through that process. I think with your spouse, it may be fear of the unknown. If your spouse didn't grow up with an entrepreneur in the family, or if they did and they saw him robbing Paul to pay Peter all the time, and that's why they don't want to put much into it and are sabotaging your attempts to do it. But this is a conversation that y'all need to have together, where you're open and honest and direct, and you say, look, this is what I need. This is where we are, and this is where I want us to go. And y'all need to see if you can find a happy medium between the two of you. It may not be everything. You may want y'all to own 10 TCBYs or 10 restaurants, and he may be like, scale that back. We need to do whatever. But as a marital unit, you need to jointly figure out what's going to work for you as a couple. Because I will tell you, if he continues to sabotage your efforts, if you don't feel seen or heard, it's going to be detrimental to your union. So it all starts with communication. And you got to just tell them, look, this is important to me. I want these things for us. The reason I want them for us is not just, for the flash of it. Is I want us to not have to work forever, or whatever the reason is for you. And so it's important, again, to talk. Quit talking to your girlfriends about it and your mama. Talk to your husband, and y'all will work it out. Thank you for your question. And if you have a question for Auntie, text CBYB to 404-737-1091, and I just might read your question and answer it on an upcoming episode. So y'all got Auntie all the way messed up again. How y'all not disclosing debt to each other? How you in a whole marriage, or you shacking up and living with somebody, and y'all ain't had no conversation about your debts? How you got student loan debt that's ain't been paid since you opened the account? How you got some children out there you ain't paying no child support for? How you had a foreclosure on a property and told me we about to do a first time home buyer program? How you got a bankruptcy chapter 7 and talking about you need to file another one, and I didn't even know you had one in the first place? How are you going into a relationship with somebody and not explaining to them that you have debt? Everybody has debt. Debt isn't bad. Auntie is the queen of good debt, good cheap debt. I'm all about not using your money and using other people's money if you have the good credits. But if we don't, we need to talk about it. Either way, we need to talk about it. Because when you join together as a couple, whether you live together or you are married, you must discuss assets and liabilities. I'm going to say that one more again. When you join together, commingle funds, commingle a life together, you must have the discussion about assets and liabilities. I don't want to hear this, but Auntie, it's not a sexy topic. It's people don't want it. People be embarrassed. How you embarrassed with the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, or that you put on a lease together or a mortgage application? You shouldn't be embarrassed with that person. That person should know everything. That's your partner in crime, your partner in life, essentially your business partner, because you are joining, you putting your name on the line with this person. And so you need to know everything. Auntie recommends that y'all behinds need to, when you start getting serious with somebody, run a credit report. Tell y'all real quick right now, I owned a mortgage company when Uncle Dave and I were dating. And he was talking about refinancing his house. So I was like, oh, my company will do it for free. You know why Auntie did that? It's because of alum. I want to see that credit scores. That was a sneaky way that Auntie did it. I was like, oh, my firm will do your refi for free. There's no reason for you to pay any fees to anybody. Auntie miss it. But it's important for you guys to sit your behinds down and have this debt discussion and go through all of the liabilities, not the liar abilities. Don't just tell me the stuff you want me to know, because I'm going to find out. She's going to find out. I need to know everything. And your partner needs to know everything. If you got all these credit cards, if you order from Amazon every 5 minutes, if Target done sent the sheriff to your house because you ain't paid your credit, they need to know. Because you think that's not going to cause problems in the relationship. It will. So it's better from the beginning to go on and just sit down and say, look, what had happened was, baby, what had happened was X, Y, and Z. And we're going to put a plan together to get ourselves out of this mess, because where we were is not where we want to be. Anybody can respect that. Anybody can respect that. But if you're running around here lying to me, and I think we're working toward a goal, and you got a whole nother big old hole of stuff I got to put money into, we going to have a problem. So stop the cray-cray. Be honest with your partner. Keep it real. Remember, y'all are in this together. And if you can't trust each other with your finances, why the hell y'all together? Well, it's time now for Aunties Assignment. I'm going to send y'all with some homework. Y'all know, man, you best do it. Listen, today we discussed a lot of topics that you need to, and I really want you to implement in your life. From discerning red flags while you're dating and listening to your intuition, to disclosing financial debt to your partner, to keeping people out your darn business when you're in a relationship, to continuing to keep the spark alive even when a little one is coming. The major thread of everything we discussed today, y'all, is that communication between the couple is key. It's important to be open and honest with your partner. Why should I have secrets from the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? You need to love each other and date each other and spoil each other, but you also need to be honest about the good, bad, and ugly so that we can plan for our future. And I want you to implement this in your life. And when your friends get in your business and they're running their mouth, tell them, I don't want to hear that today. Auntie gives me permission not to deal with that tomfoolery today. I'm not. I'm working on a plan with my spouse. This is what we're doing in our household, and I don't need to hear no other noise. And feel okay with that. Be okay with that. Live in that. Be happy with what you have in your situation, and don't let other people come in. Like, communication between you and your partner, all that matters. All that other noise, don't listen to it. Now, you need to listen to Auntie. Auntie been married 20 years and with her husband for 25 years. We dated for 5 years. So consider the source, and consider the ultimate source. Crawl Before You Ball. My book, you can get it anywhere that books are sold. I tell you all the stories about Uncle Dave and I so that you can learn from our mistakes and learn from our successes. Get this book wherever books are sold. Links below. Y'all, this is what you need. And if you have questions for TT, again, you can text me at 404-737-1091. Don't forget to put the text CBYB for Crawl Before You Ball. I've had a great time with y'all today, and I will see y'all next time. Smooches!